For more than 80 years, Pettinaroli has been manufacturing components for industrial applications. And today, we will be showing you how a product comes to life within our company. Research, development, and attention to quality have always been at the core of our corporate philosophy. But let's start from the beginning. It's in the R&D department that all Pettinaroli products are designed and developed before going into production. It's within these walls that our experts turn concepts and ideas into projects using the latest in virtual modeling software. The first prototypes are then created using 3D printing technology. We also take care of organizing the printing of the molds, which are then made a few miles from here in a trusted forging plant. In the workshop on the lower floor of this building, we carry out the functional and resistance testing. These are the test benches where our prototypes are submitted to the strictest tests before they become one of our products. Once they go into production, we carry out sample tests to fully verify their functionality and that they meet our standards. Even the tools required for production are designed in our R&D department and made here in the mechanical department. Making equipment internally enables us to have full control of each cutting tool, reducing manufacturing issues and ensuring maximum quality during the production phase. Once manufactured, the tools are then stored in vertical warehouses, ready to be used. With the design phase complete, the tests carried out and the cutting tools stored in the warehouse, the product is then ready to go into production. Let's move on to the incoming goods department to see what happens when the raw materials arrive before being processed.
All the raw materials from our approved suppliers arrive here at the incoming goods department. This mainly consists in brass rods, which are worked using multiple spindle machines. Rough, hot-pressed brass components which are worked using transfer machines. All the rest of the components necessary for creating our products, such as plastic components, O-ring seals, and stainless steel components. Here at Pettinaroli, we strive to maintain very high quality standards, and to do so, we focus not only on the outgoing products, but also on the incoming products. That's why every component we receive, from plastic to brass, undergoes strict quality controls. Likewise, the work of each supplier is monitored and evaluated annually according to rigorous internal procedures. The ISO 9001 certification obtained in 1975 is witness to the extent of Pettinaroli's attention to each of its products and processes. Brass is the main material we use for making our products. We work 5 different types of products in particular. 2 so-called normal brasses, which are easier to work, and 3 special brass alloys with special characteristics. 1 low lead alloy, 1 corrosion-resistant alloy, and 1 combining both characteristics. This third category, as can be noticed by the dimensions of the swarf, is without doubt the most difficult to work. But we have all the tools required for the job. Each of these so-called special brass alloys is submitted to a special thermal treatment process to guarantee that it has adequate mechanical strength and resistance to corrosion. Once the suitability of the raw materials has been verified, they continue their journey to becoming finished products. Let's see how this is carried out in the next step of the process in the Turnery department.
That behind me is the Turnery department. Let's go and have a closer look at some of the more than 60 machines this workshop is equipped with. This is one of our 5-axis working stations, which is currently machining a raw piece. This machine enables us to work with 32 toolings, so it is used to carry out complex manufacturing tasks for single pieces with a cycle time of about 6 minutes. Here, we're in front of a transfer machine equipped with visual robotic loading. piece is loaded onto a rotary table, and for each stage, a manufacturing operation is carried out by template tools. On average, this machine produces about one piece every 9 seconds. What you can see here is a single spindle CNC lathe. This machine enables us to create complex parts in a cycle time of about 5 minutes. This workshop is also equipped with cam-controlled multi-spindle mechanical lathes. These machines offer high productivity. Indeed, they are capable of working on 6 to 8 rods simultaneously. After being manufactured, all the components machined out of the rod go through this ultrasonic cleaning machine. This process consists in a cleaning cycle entirely under vacuum, which uses modified alcohol and has a low environmental impact. The crates remain closed throughout the cleaning process to prevent parts from getting damaged, while the ultrasounds break the microburrs present on the surface. What we just saw is only a small part of what goes on in this department. Now, let's go and have a closer look at how the brass manifolds are manufactured. Pettinaroli was one of the first companies in the sector to invest in machines for manufacturing and assembling brass manifolds. Our brass manifolds are produced using bar stock with a special outline. They are manufactured using robotic transfer machines with a special cleaning mechanism on board. Thanks to the rapid tooling, this machine enables us to manufacture manifolds with 2 outlets up to 12 outlets. The annealing process represents the dedication and commitment the company has always had in providing products of the highest quality. Indeed, for more than 30 years, all our breakable components and 511 brass pieces undergo this process. The goal is to eliminate any internal stresses in the alloy and to ensure the good machinability with the tooling. Annealing the pieces also makes the brass more resistant to dezincification. Now that we have finished this overview of the Turnery department, let's move on to the assembly line. This part of the assembly line is where the control valves are assembled and tested. This assembly cell we see here is composed of rotary tables. On the first tables, the diaphragm cartridge is assembled, whereas on the second tables, the entire valve is assembled following testing and laser marking. All this occurs in a very fast 40-second cycle. Each piece is given a code, allowing us to identify the product batch, and each comes with an inspection report to ensure future traceability. This is an assembly line for valves of type 91. What sets this machine apart is its storage system. Each component is stored, and when an order comes in, the parts are assembled and inspected according to the customer's specifications. The assembly cell is capable of working on several models without requiring an operator. Within this approximately 2-minute cycle, tests are carried out to check the resistance and correct assembly of all the components. This automatic assembly process is complemented by the craftsmanship and precision of our operators. In this area, using glues and torque wrenches, we assemble the tailor-made hydronic kits requested by our customers. For each project, templates are made to check the correct assembly of the components, and the products are then 100% tested. Like with the balancing valves, the assembly department is equipped with fully automatic machines for assembling ball valves and manifolds. Here, we are in the area dedicated to the assembly of the ball valves. In planning this assembly line, we particularly focused on the automatic testing of the products. The machines are equipped with cameras, capable of checking for the presence of glue on the valve and the stuffing box, with testers for checking the position and height the stems have been assembled at, and screwers to check there are no cracks in the body. Each valve is inspected thanks to a double test of burst and resistance pressures. The cycle time lasts 12 seconds. The system ensures the closure of the valves up to 280 Newton meters. A machine of similar dimensions is dedicated to the assembly of the manifolds. After the annealing process, the parts are sent to this work cell to initiate the assembly process. Each manifold can be assembled using optical meters or thermostatic shutoff valves, and each is inspected and marked using a date code for future traceability. Once the machine assembly is complete, the brass or plastic manifolds are taken to the manual workbench area. In this area, the final accessories are assembled, typically air vent and drain valves, before the product is positioned on the brackets, packaged with the instructions, and sent to the shipping department. The technological expertise, as well as the innovation and research for cutting-edge solutions, are part of Pettinaroli's DNA. But this company has been around for more than 80 years, and the production methods were a lot different back then. We have a museum inside which retraces the foundation and history of the company until today, and that's where we'll be taking you to finish our journey.
Ci troviamo al Museo Pettinaroli.
This is the Pettinaroli Museum, and it is both a pleasure and an honor to take you back in time to when each activity was carried out manually, but always with the same dedication and passion. There is a magical atmosphere here, because you can observe and touch antique equipment, the tools used and other old objects which help to tell the company's 80-year-old history. A history which is first and foremost made up of people. People who have contributed to the company and made it the modern, automated factory that it is today, and that we saw during our visit. A perspective which includes many memories and emotions, but which at the same time reminds us of the new corporate generation that we've inherited from our grandfathers. Grandfather Mario, Uncle Peppino, Auntie Laura, and from our parents, Ugo, Giulio, and Maria Pia, along with the important and difficult task of taking our company forward for the coming years. Obviously, none of this would ever have been possible without the support of all of our employees and partners, customers and suppliers, as well as all the other people who are part of our corporate fabric. Thanks to this strong, cohesive team, we're sure that it will be a bright future for the Pettinaroli Group.